Hello again. The actor Peter O'Toole has died in London after a long illness. He was 81. His stage career began in the 1950s, but really it was as a film actor that he became truly world famous. He had 8 Oscar nominations during his career, most notably for the 1962 film Lawrence of Arabia, but he never won a statuette. Instead, he received an honorary Oscar in 2003. The Irish president, Michael Higgins, said Ireland and the world had lost one of the giants of film and theatre. Wendy Urquhart looks back at Peter O'Toole's life.
David Lean's epic Lawrence of Arabia.
It seems that we need what no man can provide. We need a miracle.
Time to be great again, my lord.
It turned a jobbing actor with piercing blue eyes into a global film star, the ultimate dashing hero.
English, my fear is my concern.
He played Hamlet on stage, posed for arty photographs and starred in a succession of Hollywood movies.
I want a son.
We could populate a country town with country girls who've borne you sons.
All my sons are bastards.
But the swaggering screen star was also a renowned hellraiser. In time, the drink threatened to destroy O'Toole's career and the man himself. A return to the London stage as Macbeth in 1980 was a fiasco. But by the time he played the alcoholic journalist Geoffrey Bernard, he'd given up the booze.
Another time when I was in a sporting life, I remember opening my eyes to find myself in bed with Barry Brogan. A great jockey.
He ended his career playing versions of himself, frail but still full of life, as in Venus, when he played an aging actor.
Everything all right?
Peter O'Toole, who has died at the age of 81. Well, let's speak to one person who knew Peter very well, both professionally and personally. Anne Coates is a film editor who worked with Peter O'Toole on 4 films, including Lawrence of Arabia, and joins me on the phone now from Toronto. And when I found out that Peter O'Toole was going to star in that West End stage show, Geoffrey Bernard is Unwell, I made sure I got a ticket because I had to see him perform. But give me a professional assessment of what set him apart, if you could.
Hello?
Hello, Anne Coates, can you hear me?
Not really, no, you disappeared.
OK, let me try again then. Give us a personal and professional assessment of what set Peter O'Toole apart from other actors of his generation, because giant is a fair word, isn't it?
Yeah, he was a fantastic actor. But I was lucky to work with him on films like Lawrence of Arabia and Beckett. He was fantastic in Beckett. I know he's more famous for Lawrence of Arabia, but the performance he gave, and he and Richard Burton acting with each other, were just superb. I was so lucky to have the chance to watch it really closely and be with Peter every day. And he was such a wonderfully enthusiastic actor, and he used to talk to me about, what we were doing and what we were choosing, and involved himself as much as he could. And I found that very interesting, and not many actors do that particularly.
There was also something about the time in which he was acting, in that he came from the stage like so many of his contemporaries. Did you see that stage influence in his film career, the way he spoke to the camera?
Yes, I think I did. I saw him on the stage many times, in The Long and the Short and the Tall, which was the one that made him really famous. And I saw him in several plays. And I think the theatre is the best training ground for actors of all sorts. And Peter, I think, excelled in the theatre and brought it to the screen, but not over. I mean, some stage actors really overdo it when they're on the screen in big close-ups. But Peter was very subtle. And I just thought, I was so lucky to have had the opportunity of working with him on several different kinds of films.
What will be your greatest memory of him?
Well, I think really not a film thing, just a very personal thing, is that he was a very private man. He didn't go out to a lot of premieres and festivals and things like that. But when I was given an award by Women in Film, a Crystal Award, I was just amazed that Peter O'Toole gave it to me, presented it to me. And how I managed to get him, I don't know. But anyway, afterwards I said to him, Peter, how did they manage to persuade you to do this? And he said to me, only for you, Annie, darling, only for you. And I always remember those words of his because they were so sweet and I was so touched by him. And, you know, one didn't realize how they valued you. I mean, you know, as an editor, only an editor, if you know what I mean. But he was a very charming man. The last time I saw him was a couple of years ago when he put his hands and his feet in the cement outside the Grauman's Chinese Theatre. And I was lucky to be there and at the party afterwards, and he was in good fettle then. He was in very good form.
And thank you very much indeed for sharing your memories of Peter O'Toole with us here on BBC News. That's Anne Coates, film editor, who worked with Peter O'Toole on 4 films.